All right, let's talk about Detroit Lions head coach Motor City Dan and his fourth down play call and also his play calling. Okay. Um his play calling yesterday was, I think it was good, but I think Josh Reynolds is a difference maker. Okay. Free agent they picked up off waivers from Tennessee. I think he's a difference maker. Not just for Jared Goff. He seemed comfortable throwing it to him down the field. And also I think Goff is healthy, from the Pittsburgh game. So we really didn't get an accurate depiction of his play calling with Tim Boyle and an injured Jared Goff. Even Jared Goff on Thanksgiving, I don't think he was 100%. I think they forced him in for the win, but I think Goff now healthy. Now you're seeing him able to push the ball down the field. And I think the beginning of the season it wasn't Anthony Lynn fault. He just didn't have nobody he was comfortable with throwing it down the field. And now you have Josh Reynolds, somebody you comfortable with, somebody 6'3", somebody who played with Jared Goff every season before this season. And I think he was very important to this team too, to this win too, because now you got somebody you comfortable throwing down the field with. You got a big target. Now you just don't got a big and fast target in TJ Hawkinson. Now you got a big and fast receiver on the outside. I think Reynolds earned a contract. And the thing about Reynolds, he can run down the field at 6'3". He can play the slot. He can play wherever you need to play, inside, outside. Um, and that's kind of what Trinity Benson was supposed to be. But Trinity Benson, he's still trying to find his way in this league. And he still, he never played with Jared Goff. Even though Goff and Teddy Bridgewater they throw a same catchable ball. It's different. They just different. So I think Josh Reynolds was important to the play call. Somebody that give you somebody that can stretch the field. And I think next year the priority for receivers to find somebody who can grow into a true number one, or somebody can step in and be a 1-2, play on the outside, and then find somebody in the middle rounds that you can develop, on the outside. So you're looking for two more outside receivers, and you're hoping that Vincent can step into that developmental role, but you just never know. I just think Reynolds was the difference in the play call and making Goff comfortable going downfield. So now the receivers gotta be bigger and better for Goff. Remember for years Ben Roethlisberger had the small receivers after Plaxico Burress left, and they went and got him Martavis Bryant. And he kind of he was talented, but he messed his career up. And then they found Chase Claypool and Juju Smith-Schuster. So Ben Roethlisberger had complained about having small receivers too. So for Jared Goff and for a younger receiver, you got enough of those inside shifty receivers. Now you need those big, tall receivers. So now you're looking for another receiver that's in the 6'2", 6'3" range, the Josh Reynolds. And then you got plenty of smaller receivers to come in there and play the slot. You got Raymond who can play inside, outside. You got Brown who can play inside, outside. You got Stevens who can play inside, outside. But they all best at playing on the inside. So you may see a package coming for those receivers. I think you might see Cephas. You may see Cephas and Raymond probably move, or Raymond going more into a special role as far as special teams receiving, kick and punt return, and also in roles where he need to stretch the field. So you might see him go into a situational receiver. You may see Benson kind of get comfortable, continue to develop him. So you see, and so for right now, the question is, Brown seems like he gonna probably resume the slot role, and then your question is Cephas. We're gonna find a receiver next year, a big receiver. We're gonna find another. So Cephas might be on the move. But he bring a lot to the table too. So I think Reynolds will come back and be an outside receiver. And I think the question is Raymond Cephas is the question, and Benson. So I think you keep Benson as development, Reynolds. So you just need another guy, and you probably draft two guys, a developmental guy and a guy come in and play, be a number one and number two right away. So should be interesting. People talking about free agent guys like or trading for guys like Michael Thomas. You always go younger receiver. So I mean, we'll see. I think Reynolds entrenched himself as a good number two so far. He comforts Jared Goff, and you find a big number one, somebody in the same size as him. You got plenty of slot guys, so should be interesting. But I think the play calling as far as stretching the field and getting Hawkinson open is credited to Josh Reynolds, being Jared Goff's security blanket. I think that's the play call. I think Anthony Lynn could have called the same play. So him driving the field is Goff being healthy and Reynolds, being the safety blanket. So that's the beautiful thing about it, man. That picking Reynolds up, safety blanket. He comfortable. He know Jared Goff. He know the catchable ball Jared Goff throw. He know what Jared Goff like to do. And like I said, that pickup right there, is credited. That's credited to this win too. It's a huge part of it. So huge part of it. So I mean, we gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, Reynolds should be credited for Reynolds should be credited with that. So credit with some of that. So that's cool. And then you talk about the fourth down play. I think without the fourth down call for Dan Campbell, they lose this game. Because what that did was they gave Minnesota, I don't like the call neither. They gave Minnesota a short field and they scored. Okay. Had you punted it, they probably would have, what we seen from the other Minnesota game in the games with Baltimore and so on, they probably would have ran the clock down and scored a touchdown and probably would have won the game. So, Dan Campbell going for it on fourth and not getting it, I think that was huge. I think that gave them the minute and 50 left because Minnesota scored too quick, but they didn't have no choice. They right there, you couldn't have settled for a field goal. I think they needed a touchdown. Or what was it? So whatever it was, they needed a touchdown. And like I said before, that was huge. Him going for it. I think you think it was no danger because you punt it to them, they drive it down, they run all the clock out, and score a touchdown, and the game is over. So Minnesota needed Detroit to punt the ball to get and they would have ran the clock out. They probably would have won it. So with him going for it, it wasn't really no risk. We've seen this movie over and over again. Them drive down the field, scored a touchdown, the game is over. So he gave them a short field and also got a good clock. They ended up getting the ball back with a minute 50 left. And they needed every second of that minute 50. And, his play calling was good in 2 minutes, 2 minute drill. So yeah, I think that fourth down play call, even had they got it and then ended up punting, they probably still wouldn't have had enough time. So had they got the first down and then a punting the ball, Minnesota probably would have had enough time to still come back down, and score. So yeah, that was a good decision. I just didn't like the play call. They was trying to outsmart each other. They play action they wanted to go to. I think whoever was in the back, flaring out the back, I think it was Williams, and he was wide open. He wasn't supposed to be wide open. They played it well. So the fourth down, that made sense because you've seen this movie before. They take the ball and shove it down your defense throat. So yeah, I like the fourth down play call. I mean, I didn't like the play call, but I liked the going for it. It made sense, and ultimately, that's the reason they won the football game. So, they left enough time on the clock. So, yeah, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video request, all my social media links, subscription. Twitter's the fastest way than Facebook and Instagram. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Roll in the bottom screen too. Best way to donate, share the video, subscribe to the channel, thumb up. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.